For number 13, we're asked to find sine, cosine, and tangent of angle A, and we're supposed to give our answers as a fraction in simplest form. So in order to give our answers as a fraction in simplest form, since we're going to be using all three sides of the right triangle, I'm suggesting to find AC first because you need all three sides. So to find AC, I would label this as C, our hypotenuse. Using Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The reason I labeled it as c is because I noticed that it was across the 90, so therefore it's the hypotenuse c. So I'm going to label 15 as my a and 20 as my b. It doesn't matter what you write as your a or b. What matters is your c. So a would be 15, so 15 squared plus b squared, 20 squared is equal to hypotenuse c squared. 15 squared is 225 plus 20 squared is 400, and that's equal to c squared. If I add these together, I get 625 is equal to c squared. And then finally, to get the c alone, to get rid of a power of 2, you take the square root of both sides, so c is 25. So erase that there and write my 25. Alright, so our reference angle here is angle A. So I'm going to put an arc on angle A. So in relation to angle A, what would my, I'm going to erase this arrow here, what would my adjacent be, hypotenuse, and opposite? So I'm going to label those first. So drawing an arrow always points to the opposite side. Oops. Let me erase the rest of this here. So my 20 would be the O, opposite. Hypotenuse is always the largest number across the 90, so 25 is my H, and therefore A is 15. So for sine of A is defined as opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite in my picture is 20, hypotenuse is 25, and it said reduce this. Well, I could divide both of these by 5, so I get 4/5. You could divide all three numbers in the picture first, the 15, 20, and the 25 if you wanted to. So cosine is defined as adjacent over hypotenuse. The adjacent in this case is 15. Hypotenuse is 25. Again, divide by a common factor of 5, and I get 3/5. And then finally, tangent is defined as opposite over adjacent. The opposite is 20, adjacent is 15. Divide by a common factor of 5, and I get 4/3.